So log number 13, and yesterday was all about tiles, and today I'm going to restrict the camera movement so the camera movement cannot move too far away from its closest unit. So let's get to it. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to define what our camera constraint is. Constraint. And we're going to make that the map size times the tile size. So we'll take the map size and the tile size, and let's multiply that, which is going to be 512 because the map size is 16, the tile size is 32. And that's our camera constraint. So if the camera tries to travel 512 pixels further away from the unit, then it will not, it should stop moving. So another thing I added yesterday is I added the unit positions. I just grabbed all the units, and what we're going to do now that we have all the units is we have to sort them, which means we have to make them mutable. So we're going to sort all the units by the one that's to find the one that is closest to the camera. So unit positions, sort by, so we got A and B, and let's see, we need to get A. You know what we need the camera position. Let's stick that somewhere all the way up here. Oh, I don't like how this all kind of turn out. This looks a little bit rubbish, really. Okay, let's do this. Let's take all of that and call it resources, and then we'll say let you know what we're going to do, yank that, let resources equal no, the other way around. Let that equal resources, and then we'll change everything in the bracket to resources. Ooh, resources. Oh my word. Okay, I promise you, I do know how to type. This is, oh, you can't believe me. Okay, all right. So there's something wrong in this, and that is what? What is wrong? Okay, let's see. Okay, one of those guys. One of those guys is wrong. All right. Okay. Look. I should just start again, but I can't be bothered. Okay, right. So let's do this. Let's do this thing. Okay, so we got the camera position now, so we can take the A minus camera campos, and that is giving us the distance. I just shadow A, and then B equals B minus campos length. There we go, and then we can return A dot partial compare with B, which should be a reference to B, and then we unwrap it because it's going to return option, and let's see if this works. Now, let's see if it works now. Okay, cannot subtract. Okay, well, we'll dereference these two, and there we go. So there we are. Okay. Sort units by the closest to the camera. Closest unit is going to be, now after we sorted them, the first one. And we'll unwrap now. Expect. No units. Which should never happen, but there you go. Famous last words. Okay, right, so we got the closest unit. And we got the constraint. So now we gotta ditch all this. This has to go because we need to get the velocity here. Velocity is equal to that times camera speed times delta 0 which means we'll change everything in here to just be velocity. Global translate now needs to have velocity, and just have velocity in there as well. Okay. Right, so we have a velocity, and we can now use the velocity to do, we can get the current value, the current distance between the, or the current vector between the closest unit and the camera position. And we make the absolute, and we're gonna get the future value. Is this gonna be okay? The closest unit needs to be the referenced. No. And then we need to take the camera position and then add the velocity, because that's where we're going. Okay, so now we can check if the current value is bigger than the future value. If it is, that means that we're traveling towards, the camera is moving towards the closest unit, which means we can ignore it. So instead we do it the other way around. So if if current x is less than future x, and the future x is bigger than camera constraint, then we'll set the velocity to be 0, and that means we need to make velocity mutable. So there we go. Okay, and let's do the same thing for the y-axis. And that's a y, and the same thing here. Oh no. Okay, so now if the camera tries to travel further away than it simply won't, and that's it. Okay, so let's take this to Godot and see if this works. Okay, so here are my guys. So I should not be able to go more than 5. Okay, there we go. Now I'm stuck. I cannot go any further. I can go up, but then I'm stuck again. You can see the last guy in the corner there. I wonder if my margin is too big in the corner there. So I should be able to go. There we go. But now let's find this little L cluster and what looks like a smile. The L and the smile. And let's go down to our units. Grab this guy. Move him up here. There it goes. Look at him go. Okay, and now we should just be able to keep moving. Oh, no, stuttering a little bit there. So, okay, interesting. What happens if we select this guy and then move him down and we move the camera up? So now the camera should be stuck. It isn't stuck. No, but he can move down, but we cannot move up. Okay, right. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, so that works. So that was the constraint. There's some debug guy in there as well, and yeah. Okay, so let's stop this here, because now this is implemented. And the next thing I'm gonna do, which I'm probably gonna do a little bit off camera, is record. Well, not record then. Is do a bit of cleanup of all of this, and what else am I gonna do? Oh, there's one thing I want to show before I call it for this video. Okay, so there's a problem. There was a problem yesterday where the resource and it wasn't. I don't think it was a resource yesterday, but it is a resource now. The viewport size. It can now be updated if you resize the window. So here is where we do the view size resize event. Okay, so this will take care of resizing the window and all that. But okay, I'm going to stop here and go and think about the next step a little bit more and do a little bit of cleanup, and then I'll be back for the next video. Okay, thank you.